But it's time to move on to our next segment, Tea Time. So I have a story for you. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to ask for your guys' advice or opinions on it. I feel like I'm being treated unfairly at work and wanted to get some advice. Over the last week, almost everyone at my workplace has been late at some point. I found out that my boss added a note on my Chronos for the 2 days I was 5 minutes late. However, when I talked to some coworkers who had been late every day, they said there's no note on their Chronos for tardiness. It's not them. There are people in the afternoon shift who are constantly 15 to 20 minutes late, whoa, sometimes a couple hours late, and even my lead is late, yet I'm the only one being called out. I don't think it's fair, and I'm thinking about talking to someone about it. I want to stay professional and ask for clarification on how it's being tracked, but I can't help feeling singled out. Does this sound like discrimination or just favoritism? How should I approach it if I want to start collecting documents? Where should I start? And do I need other opinions on it?
I would approach another manager first, because you said it was just like the one manager, right? I assume they have multiple managers at the place. So I'd approach another manager and be like, hey, what's going on with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, also if this, depending, obviously this could vary just as easily be a small business as a megacorp. If it's a mega corporation or just like a franchise, go to HR immediately, because and screenshot your Chronos, get screenshots from your coworkers' Chronos, get written statements, get even voice recordings of what's happening, because I've kind of gone through similar singling out in ways in workplaces, and if you don't document it, it's your word versus theirs, and they're the manager. It's easier just to kick you out, to where you really do got to make sure you build enough of a battle for your side so then you can have that evidence.
I feel like that's an incredibly valid way, and all the things you stated they need to document are very true. I would say be careful with voice recordings, because I know physical recordings of anyone's voice or person can be
Intellectual
used.
property.
Yes, it can be used against them.
You do have to get permission for that.
Yeah, I would like almost have a sit-down meeting with them and be like, is it all right if I record this?
Yeah.
And then see what
That's a deposition at that point, though.
It is, but you're fully allowed to ask before a meeting, is it all right if I record this for the record? And if they say no, you don't record it. And you write down literally everything. But if they say yes, they're either going to cover themselves or not.
Workplace discrimination is hard of any kind. If I were in that situation, I'd go start looking for another job. Once you find another job, put in your 2 weeks. Because if you don't fit in somewhere, another place is going to love you 10 times more, and you'll fit in way more there.
And it's a lot of work to try to change a system that already sounds like it can be pretty corrupt.
Inherently broken.
Yes, especially if you are being targeted, and it does to me sound like it. It's going to be a major struggle to keep a job that is, I don't know. I would just say I would agree with you and leave.
And their system should be automatically flagging that. There's no reason a manager should be flagging tardiness when you have a system like that, like Chronos. I've used before.
I don't even know what Chronos is.
It's actually what the university uses, partially, somewhat.
So there's actually another story about unfair treatment in the workplace, but it's from a coworker to another coworker. So this story is a female colleague of mine who has confided in me about problems she's had with her team on last year will most likely be dismissed soon. She was ostracized from her team by 2 childish female coworkers in her same job grade because they had a conflict. After she returned from her annual leave, she claims management changed their attitude towards her, and her suspicion is that those 2 colleagues turned those bosses against her. According to what she told me, her supervisors weren't treating her fairly, holding her accountable when things go wrong every time, and weren't giving her clear directions. They were focusing on the smallest mistakes she made and scrutinizing every aspect of her work. She's very quiet and introverted, which she believes is another reason they don't like her. I have no proof personally, but I believe her word because of how things have been going in the office lately. I feel so powerless because I can't help her. Another thing that's worrying me is that if she eventually gets dismissed, knowing all the injustice she's faced, I'm sure I would be furious with her teammates. I'm a transparent person, and one of those face has subtitles. I can't hide my emotions, whether angry or sad. Have you ever been in a similar position before? I feel sad for her. She's a good, kind-hearted person, and she doesn't deserve it.
I have been in a situation like this before.
Oh, interesting.
I know, and as a communications major, we're kind of taught what to do when we face troubles in the workplace like that. And in this scenario, I would go right to the boss and communicate everything that's happening. There's a he said, she said game going on right now. This is from my perspective what is happening. I don't understand. I'm confused. Can you help sort this out for me? communicating and asking for help is the best thing you can do in that situation.
And you're a communications major, so you'd know about that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. We have some expert advice.
Mhm.
I would say the same, especially because the whole he said, she said thing also feels very childish.
Mm-hmm.
This person clearly is struggling with something, and they do need to speak up because that is the mature way to approach it. Approaching the two coworkers that are against her about it probably isn't a great idea because I doubt they'll handle it very maturely.
Yeah, the other part of that is too is that if she can go to the coworker and be like, hey, you need to reach out to the manager or whatever. You can only try to help someone as much as they'll accept it. So
Yeah.
if she's just so stuck on not sticking her neck out there to try to make it better, then like you said.
See, and also with that, if you're noticing that type of discrimination, that type of behavior in the workplace as a coworker, it's also your duty to report that as well, because this is obviously impacting this person
Yes.
as well as that coworker.
It's pretty sad.